Welcome to Corporate Smackdown. Thanks for stopping by. All right, team, lace up. Today we're diving into the latest from Dick's Sporting Goods. And no, it's not just about new sneakers. Dick's just reported a strong first quarter for 2025, with same-store sales up to 4.5% and revenue hitting $3.18 billion, surpassing expectations. They're also making waves with a $2.4 billion deal to acquire Foot Locker, aiming to expand their global footprint in the sports retail industry. Despite challenges like tariffs and market fluctuations, Dick's is stepping up its game. It all comes together like a foot in a shoe, snug, slightly sweaty, but always putting their best foot forward. And if there's a smell, it's the competition's problem. That's the news. We'll be right back. Welcome to Corporate Smackdown, where we give you the lowdown and smackdown on what makes big businesses so successful. Get ready to smack down. Here's your host, Big Time Mike. Welcome back. Let's dive right into Dick's Sporting Goods, where every store isn't just a boring showroom. It's an experience, from batting cages to simulated golf and Carrie Underwood themed clothing. Every store is worth visiting. Sure, go anywhere to get your basketball, but not everywhere encompasses the uniqueness of Dick's Sporting Goods. At Dick's Sporting Goods, they embrace youth sports and build emotional loyalty, catering to young and old, finding that niche that no one else does. Dick's Sporting Goods changed when no one else did. They dove into innovation during COVID when everyone else was slashing operations, and they heard the customers. Walk into a Dick's Sporting Goods store, that employee you encounter isn't just an employee, they're a fellow athlete, someone that knows what you want, know what you need, and screams. They even know you pulled a mulligan in the last golf game you played. How do they know? They're at Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's Sporting Goods is as synonymous to sporting goods as Dollar Tree is to $1.50. They know their customers, they know their product, they don't budge. It's a constant in sporting goods. You can rely on them, and that is what they strive for. Here to tell us more about Dick's Sporting Goods is our cultural expert, Luca the Whistle Romano. Luca?
Thanks, Mike. Let's talk about culture at Dick's Sporting Goods, because this place isn't just selling sneakers. They're running a full-blown retail boot camp. At the heart of it all, performance, passion, and what they call purpose-driven retail. Translation, employees don't just ring you up. They're trained to know the difference between a trail runner, a high-top basketball shoe, and a cleat made specifically for an 8-year-old who'll outgrow the thing by Thursday. Training's no joke. You gotta know your gear and still smile when someone asks if baseball cleats work for mountain climbing. Now here's where it gets interesting. Dick's actually gives their employees real say. Associates are trusted to make decisions, managers run their stores like they're running mini franchises, and corporate actually listens to people on the floor. It's retail with a whistle and a clipboard. Mess up the shoe wall? Might have to do burpees in the break room. Just kidding. Or am I? There's also a huge community sponsoring youth sports, backing women's athletics, and turning stores into experiences. Some locations have golf simulators, batting cages, and at least one parent wondering why they just dropped $400 on a bat for a kid who still chews on his glove. Bottom line, Dick's culture is part locker room, part sales floor, all hustle. It's competitive, high energy, and just structured enough to feel like every shift is a kickoff. So whether you're buying sneakers or dodging soccer balls around 5, that's the cultural playbook at Dick's. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Luca. That was insightful. But here's the kicker. Coming up next, it's Corporate Smackdown time. All right, we're here with Coach Doug the Mug. Beyond approach, beneath suspicion, above your pay grade. All right, Coach, break it down for us. You've seen the numbers, you've seen the culture. What's the playbook on Dick's?
Let me tell you, Mike. Walking into Dick's is like entering a well-oiled stadium. You're not there just to shop. You're there to compete. The layout? strategic. The staff trained like assistant coaches. I asked where the dumbbells were. The guy not only showed me, he tried to spot me mid-aisle. Now that's customer engagement. You've got golf simulators, batting cages. Heck, I burned 200 calories just browsing. It's not just a store, it's an experience. And here's the business lesson. They're not just selling products, they're selling purpose. People leave feeling like they've joined a team, even if all they bought was a pair of socks and a foam roller. So if you're running a business and wondering how to win, don't just open your doors. Build a locker room.
Thanks, Coach. That was a 2-minute drill masterpiece. You scored with seconds to spare and barely broke a sweat and left the competition in the dust. Now that's impressive. And that's it for this episode of Corporate Smackdown. Like what you see? Like and subscribe. Till next time.